to swim to a remote island after their boat went up in flames and sank.
Our ship burned while we were sleeping, and we barely escaped.
The daring rescue. Then, hot car death dad learns his fate.
So I'm being treated like a murderer?
Just revealed what dad was doing as his 2-year-old daughter died in a hot car.
Do you have any regrets about your daughter being in that hot car?
And NBA gambling scandal.
The top coach.
The Trailblazers head man.
He was at the big game last night. The player accused. Did he fake an injury during this game? And how easy is it to rig a card shuffler? Then, Grace under fire.
Ready?
The knuckleheads trying to interfere with a sports reporter's live shot. What a pro. And it's getting nasty.
One of the great forums anywhere in the world.
The Congresswoman's vow to one day tear down the Trump ballroom.
We ought to make the damn companies who have built it tear it back down.
And the jogger who punched out the Halloween display.
Then came back for more.
I don't think you can get any more brazen than that.
Now, Inside Edition with Eva Pilgrim.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. It sounds like a movie plot. A family jumps off their burning boat and ends up stranded on a remote island. But this really happened. Incredibly, their radio washed ashore, and they were able to send out a mayday call to the Coast Guard.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
A desperate call for help from a family stranded on a billionaire's private island. Patrick Sullivan, his wife Cynthia, and their son Tyler sailed from Woods Hole in Cape Cod and anchored off the coast of Nosson Island. Allison Hall is there.
The family woke up at 1 a.m. to their dog barking, warning them about the fire on their 30-foot boat. They leapt into this water and swam ashore in the pitch dark. They found themselves on this remote island and sought refuge in that farmhouse. They were exhausted, suffering from severe burns, and stranded.
Their dog died after saving the family with that heroic warning. The cold and exhausted family found shelter in this farmhouse for 2 days. Then Tyler Sullivan found their boat's radio washed up on the beach. It still worked.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Our ship went down in Tarpling Cove. Our ship burned while we were sleeping, and we barely escaped. This vessel has sunk, and we are in the farmhouse on the hill, right by the lighthouse.
Reported 03 people in Tarpling Cove, Nosson Island, in need of assistance.
This is the moment the Coast Guard arrived to rescue them on the island owned by the legendary Forbes magazine publishing dynasty. They were medevaced to the hospital. They were treated for serious burns, smoke inhalation, and exposure. Cynthia Sullivan's condition is described as critical. 37-year-old Tyler told Inside Edition, "We are all going through a very hard time. Please pray for my mom."
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
In a statement, the family thanked the Coast Guard and emergency personnel that helped in the rescue effort. It's dramatic police body cam video. Cops arresting a father who left his daughter in a hot car for hours, leading to her death. He's avoiding a trial by pleading guilty. Initially, he told cops he was playing video games when this happened, but as Jim Murray reports, now cops are revealing what he was really watching.
In a stunning move, the dad arrested after leaving his 2-year-old daughter in a hot car has now pleaded guilty to second-degree murder.
Mr. Schultes, anything you want to say for yourself?
No, 911, 911, please. My baby was in the car.
Christopher Schultes frantically called 911 after little Parker was found unresponsive on a scorching hot day outside his home in Arizona. On police body cam, the dad tells cops he left his daughter in the car to nap with the air conditioner running.
I want to say it was no more than 30, 45 minutes.
But cops say the air conditioner was off when the little girl was discovered and that the father had to know the air would shut off automatically after 30 minutes. Today, we're learning troubling new details about what really happened that day. Prosecutors say Schultes left his little girl alone in the car for more than 3 hours. While he was inside, they say, he watched porn, played video games, and drank beer. His wife, Erica, who's a doctor, found Parker after arriving home. At a previous court hearing, Erica begged the judge to set her husband free so they could go on vacation to Hawaii.
He's an amazing father. This was a big mistake, and I think that this doesn't represent him.
But text messages sent by Erica appear to show her husband had done this before. I told you to stop leaving them in the car. How many times have I told you? Texted Erica as Parker was being rushed to the hospital. Police say their two other daughters also told them he had a history of leaving them in the car. He still drinks too much beer, and he keeps leaving us in the car when my mom told him to stop doing this. Lindsay Eisenberg was guardian to Christopher Schulte's daughter from a previous relationship. Did the oldest daughter relay to police that she had been left alone in a car before by her father?
Yes, Christopher used to work at bars when she was younger and would leave his oldest daughter in the car for like his whole shift for hours.
Christopher is on police body cam, apparently being very emotional, saying, I can't believe this happened. What's your reaction to that?
He's so full of it. It was such crocodile tears.
Now, he's finally facing the consequences.
Christopher Schultes is expected to be sentenced to 20 years in prison with no chance of getting out early. It's not the way the NBA wanted to start the season, with a huge cheating and gambling scandal. Authorities say players and coaches are involved, including a legendary coach who was courtside last night just hours before his arrest. As Stephen Fabian tells us, the FBI says the scheme has mob links.
As the Portland Trailblazers kicked off the NBA season last night, these players had no idea their head coach would be under arrest in just a short time. Chauncey Billups even appeared at the post-game news conference, giving no hint of the scandal about to hit him.
Man, this is crazy.
Just last year, Billups was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame for his legendary playing days with the Detroit Pistons. The illegal gambling allegations could not come at a worse time. The NBA is kicking off its season this week, and suddenly the focus isn't on basketball, but cheating.
The fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud.
The allegations against this player are shocking. Terry Rozier, then with the Charlotte Hornets, is charged with faking an injury during this game on March 23rd, 2023. You see him on the court at the top of the game, but 9 minutes later, he's on the bench.
Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury.
At today's news conference, federal and New York City authorities laid out the high-tech ways the cheating unfolded.
Special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
So I'm here at Black Billiards in Midtown Manhattan. One of the ways this scandal went down is they would use a card shuffling machine like this. It's pretty simple. You split the cards, you press the button. All these cards are shuffled. Now, apparently they manipulated these card shuffling machines to help them and give them some sort of advantage. Another thing that apparently they did, they had hidden cameras like under the table. A final message to the accused.
My message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended.
The NBA says the coach and player Terry Rozier have been placed on leave, adding the integrity of the game remains their top priority. What a pro. That's what's being said about a reporter who was covering a college football game when some rowdy fans interrupted her live report.
Grace under pressure. A young sports reporter is accosted by unruly fans on live TV. One knucklehead sticks his head into the camera during her live shot.
The offense is looking a lot more versatile. They're getting their tight end and they're with more.
But Olivia Cleary, who's just 22, doesn't miss a beat as the troublemakers relentlessly scream the slang phrase, "Sweeping America." Another dude mindlessly yells help with a beer in his hand. Somehow the young reporter ignores the chaos and powers through her halftime report as she covers the football game between Oregon State and Lafayette College.
Still seem really characteristic with the running game.
At one point, it appears the heckling starts to get to her. You can see tears well up under her eye, but she remains poised all the way through. Today, the local reporter in Eugene, Oregon, is being praised for her composure. You handled it like like a pro, extreme class, and well done are just a few of the lauding comments.
You can definitely tell there is a new play caller in town.
Olivia is also speaking out. Things got a little out of hand. Live TV is unpredictable, and sometimes you have to roll with it.
Stick with the running game.
What a pro.
There are unusually large crowds outside the White House today trying to get a glimpse of the now demolished East Wing. As anger grows, a Democratic congresswoman says as soon as Trump is out of the office, they should tear down his giant ballroom and bring back the East Wing as it was. Here's Les Trent.
Tourists gather at the White House today to see for themselves the demolition of the historic East Wing. The president admitting the entire East Wing is going bye-bye.
In order to do it properly, we had to take down the existing structure.
So, we're in the East Wing. Back in 2019, I got a tour of the East Wing from First Lady Melania's Chief of Staff, Stephanie Grisham. The wood-paneled reception rooms and majestic portico now demolished. In its place will rise a massive ballroom. A scale model proudly revealed by the president shows what it will look like, and it really is big.
This is going to be probably the finest ballroom ever built.
The price tag has ballooned from $200 to $300 million, funded by 37 private donors.
It looks very opulent. It looks similar to the ballrooms at Mar-a-Lago. It looks, frankly, a bit over the top.
Today, this Democratic congresswoman is vowing to tear the ballroom down if ever Democrats reclaim the White House.
We ought to make the damn companies who have built it tear it back down and restore the White House to its actual structure.
Trump's allies are pushing back.
These are the same people who tore down every statue they could get their hands on in the last 4 years. They didn't have any concern for history then. Now all of a sudden, like, oh, the facade of the East Wing is iconic. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break.
Keep an eye on your Halloween decorations. Halloween Grinches are ready to strike, like this woman who, as Amber Cogliano reports, punched out a trio of witches.
See those Halloween witches? They're about to have a rough day. Watch as a jogger runs past the front yard display in Salinas, California. So far, no problem. But then she comes back and punches one of the witches to the ground. Off she goes, back to her jog. But get this, once again, she returns and punches out the other two witches. So could this Halloween decoration attack be just some kind of misunderstanding? Well, take a look at this video taken just a few days earlier. It looks like it's the same woman.
I was frustrated, angry, that she would come back and do it again.
Tanya Sampanero put up those handmade witches.
I have no idea who she is, never seen her, checked with my neighbors. They didn't recognize her. It's definitely just my house, and I don't know why.
The incidents come after that wave of pumpkin heists and giant skeletons being stolen by Halloween Grinches across the country. We could sure use more kids like these big-hearted trick-or-treaters. They find that the Halloween candy bowl is empty, so they proceed to fill it on their own. Good job, kids.
And their parents should be so proud of them. We'll be back with much more Inside Edition after this.
Next, ambushed at gunpoint, they stole his $600,000 luxury watch as he was getting into his car.
He knew right away what they were after.
Did this social media post lead thieves right to him?
Don't post stuff on social media.
And the Backup Dancer Challenge. Inside Edition with Eva Pilgrim. We'll be right back.
A man is ambushed in a parking garage by a gang of thugs who steal his $600,000 watch. He tells Jim Murray he thinks he was targeted because he showed off that watch on social media just hours earlier.
It's the horrifying moment a man is dragged from the wheel of his luxury car by three robbers brandishing guns. They're determined to steal this Swiss watch worth more than $600,000. The victim fights back, and one of the robbers is sent sprawling, but the vicious gang gets clean away with the high-end bling. They knew all about the Richard Mille watch because he posted video of himself wearing it on Instagram just hours earlier. Big mistake.
People told me previously, don't post stuff on social media, but I never thought.
I went with him to the parking garage in Irvine, California, where he was attacked. He asked to be identified only as AG. AG knew he was a target the moment he got into his Bentley. An SUV cut him off, blocking his exit, and several men jumped out, and he knew right away what they were after.
They completely blocked me here, and then they tried to open the door, guns drawn. One was hitting me with a gun in the back of my head. The guy with the light hoodie was screaming, shoot him, shoot him.
A lot of times they're items that represent success, but certainly you can become a target of other people if you're wearing these items or showing them off.
What would you do differently?
Definitely don't post.
The watch was uninsured, but its serial number has been sent to dealers and police around the world. We've all got our inner rock star, but what about backup dancer? Well, now's your chance.
It's the Backup Dancer Challenge. Across social media, people are lip syncing to the 1980 disco hit Never Knew Love Like This Before, and they're backed up by their own backup dancers. This teacher enlisted her student while using a ruler as a microphone. Medical personnel are getting in on the fun, and so is Grandma.
Looks like a lot of fun. Now, Allison Hall with today's Inside Deals. Finally, the kid giving himself a pep talk at the doctor's office.
This little guy is getting his blood drawn, and he's really scared of needles.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
All right.
Do it.
Touch it. Here, let me hold my hand.
Just do it.
He's psyching himself up.
Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, look at me.
What a tough little guy. That's Inside Edition. We'll see you next time.